Good morning, everyone. My name is Sandeep, and I'm the co-founder of CodeTigers. Welcome to the 20th episode of the CodeTigers live show, something that we started 5 months ago, and it has been an absolutely wonderful journey along the way. Over the last few months, we've had some amazing projects done by our wonderful young CodeTigers in different platforms, using platforms like Scratch, code.org, and Python. And they've been showcasing their work to all of you. We've also had the pleasure of hosting some amazing guests from different industries, different companies. And we are absolutely thrilled to launch a new initiative today called Python for Kids. So, as the name sounds, Python for Kids is an initiative where young children, young learners from anywhere in the country can join into our show, and they would be able to learn a Python related activity in the show every week. And this is especially targeted towards kids in the middle school and high school who are very keen on learning this wonderful language called Python, which has so many wonderful applications. It can be used for making websites, making applications. It is very popular with data science projects and even artificial intelligence. So, towards that initiative, we are going to start with our first episode today, and we're going to be bringing on the show our first coder who's going to be showcasing a Python project. And together, we are going to learn how to make a game called the Cricket Trump Cards game in Python. So, let me bring on this screen our young coder for today, Joydeep. Good morning, Joydeep. How are you? Joydeep, your mic is off. Can you turn it on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, good morning,
Hey,
sir.
Joydeep, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Good morning. So lovely to have you.
Yeah.
So first of all, tell me,
So,
did you have your breakfast?
no, sir.
Oh, so you are you nervous? You skipped your
Yeah,
breakfast
yes,
because you.
No, actually, I woke up late, like 1 hour
Oh,
ago. So that's why, and yeah, I'm very nervous. Very, very
okay.
nervous.
Don't be. It's perfectly normal. It's absolutely normal, and everyone is excited to see what you have in store for us. So
So,
please tell us a little bit about what are we going to make today.
okay, so the game that we are gonna make today is the cricket trump card game. So many of you have played trump card. I don't know that, but I can like guess that you have played trump card. So it's like that. We are going to see, we are going to the program is going to take input from us at which
Mhm.
player to show. So we'll type the player's name and then it will show us the stats of the player and the name.
Yeah, I remember I have played trump card games. These are actually physical card games where you have different
Yeah.
players with different properties. Like if you play a cricket card game, you might have the scores for their batting, bowling, fielding. I also remember I played a game which was very popular called WWE. I don't know if you've seen that. And I think there's other games around, other trump card games around Pokemon as well. So I'm sure it's quite popular, and we are going to be having some fun seeing how that can be done in Python. So Joydeep, before we start, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? How old are you? What class are
Okay,
you
sir.
in? And which school are you in?
Okay. Okay. So yeah, my name is Joydeep Kunche and I am 13 years old and I study in 8th grade. I am a professional artist. I mean, not that much, but yeah, I am one. So yeah, and a gamer too. I love to read and watch animes. Yeah. So I study in Billabong International School.
Okay, so where is your school located?
My school is in Sector 34 Noida.
Okay. So have you had any experience? How long have you been coding?
I think 5 months. Yeah, 5 months. I can say that 5 months.
Okay. So you're very new to coding.
Yeah, yeah. I am new to coding.
Okay. Cool. So can we now start with the activity?
Yes, sir. We can start. Let me
Cool. So
share
can
my
you?
screen.
Yes.
So this is our starter code. The
One
first
second,
thing we
Joydeep.
need. Um,
Yeah, let
okay.
me add the screen.
Okay.
Is it possible for you to the screen seems to be really small. Can you increase that?
Yeah,
Uh,
you can increase that.
can you drag that a little bit towards the?
Yeah. Can you see it now? Because
Uh,
okay.
I think it's really small. No, we're only seeing a small part of your screen. Can you stretch that a little bit towards the end, towards the lower side? Yeah, now it's much better. Thank you.
So
Okay, so you mentioned that this is a project where you're going to be making a game in uh, cricket, and it's going to be a trump card game, right?
yeah.
So
Yes.
please,
Yes.
first, why don't you first tell us what is the game going to do and how is it going to behave? What can we expect?
So the game. See. It's basically kind of an information that information teller kind of that tells you the information of the player you want. For example, I'll type Chris here, so it will give me the stats of Chris Gale and
Okay.
so on.
So the stats, when you say the stats, you mean the batting,
Yeah,
bowling.
batting, bowling, fielding.
Okay. So does it also show an image of the player?
Yeah, it shows an image of the player.
Okay, excellent. So then I'm assuming you have multiple players and you'll be showing multiple different players.
Multiple. No, I have only 4 players
Okay,
now.
so cool. Four is good. Four is good.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so this is a trinket screen that you're showing us, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so is this the code editor we are going to be using today?
Yeah, Trinket.io.
Perfect. And
I have.
for all,
Uh,
sorry, you were saying something.
yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have those images here ready. Those
Okay.
images shall not be that big, just like a thumbnail, and here I have the data. Now
Oh,
this should be in the format of name, batting, bowling, fielding, and the image.
okay, so you've already made some preparation. You've already prepared your project. So you've already got some information ready, which is
Yeah,
a basic
yeah,
data file, basic text file, which has the name of the player, the batting, bowling, fielding scores, and the name of the image, correct?
yeah, sir.
And
Yes,
then
sir.
you've also stored the images of the players in the image library.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so for people who want to do this at their home, they will have to use, they'll have to first prepare their projects, add the relevant images, and then they can start with it. But for now, they can watch the stream and then they can learn how the code works, and then they can add those images and the data if they want to at a later stage, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Joydeep, let's start.
Okay, so the first line of code that I'll be typing is file is equal to open.
So
Now
you want to
p.txt.
open the file. You want to open this
Yeah,
file that you've created, right?
yeah. Now p.txt is the name of the file that we just created here,
Okay,
and the name should match actually. Yeah, because if it does not match, is then we may have an error.
of course.
And yeah, then now what we'll do is add a for loop here.
Okay,
Yeah. So what it is going to do here is basically read the file, and
okay,
now we are going to type that what it has to print, like
okay,
in which format. Yeah.
okay. So you're creating some variables, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I am creating some variables as you can see here.
Okay, so the data that you're extracting from the file, you want that data to be stored in these variables, and because the file
Yeah,
data is in the format where the first value is the name, the next value is batting, then bowling, then
yeah,
fielding, and the last one is image. That's how you have named your variables. Is that correct?
yeah. Yes, sir.
Perfect.
And here I forgot to say that we have to also add this code split lines. Yeah.
Okay,
So
I'm
what
going to
it
be
will do is
using
basically
sorry.
split the lines and show them show us in a readable way.
Okay,
So here is the value the variables hold.
and you want to split this bases.
Yeah.
Uh,
And then
so what is the
we are
value
gonna
based on which you're splitting this data?
yes, sir.
Okay.
Then we are again creating a variable name is equal to
Before we do that, can
that.
we try and run this and can we try and test this if it's
Yeah,
executing
we
fine?
can run this. Yeah.
Before we write this line, if maybe you can delete this line for now and just use a print command to see if the data is getting, if the loop is working fine. So we'll use the same variable, which is line. Okay.
Okay, I
I
think we
think we
have
have
a
our first syntax error.
yeah,
Good. I think syntax errors are lovely because they help you understand where you're making a mistake in your program.
yeah. So we forgot to like how we forgot to add that how to split them.
Yeah. What is the parameter
So
basis which we
we-
are splitting
yeah,
this data?
yeah. So we want to split them by a comma and then a space.
Yeah, and
So
why do you want to do that using a comma and a space? Can you tell us that? Maybe show us, go to the text
because
file. Can you go to the
it's
text file? Yeah,
yes, I am in the text file. So as you can see, here is a comma and space. So we want that format. So that's why I'm typing a comma and a space.
right. So
So
the
that
program understands that every data value is separated by a comma and a space, correct?
yeah, yes,
Perfect.
sir.
Okay, now let's see if we can run it and if it prints anything.
Yes, sir. It has printed
Awesome.
Sachin and the stats. Okay.
Yeah, all my data which was there, all your data which was in the text file is extracted and shown
Yes, sir.
as an output now.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
So yeah, and now I'm going to make a dictionary.
Okay.
The dictionary name is players.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, and I'm going to add this dictionary here.
And you're making a blank dictionary.
Yeah, a blank dictionary here.
Okay.
Okay.
That's because you want to add the names of the players one by one in the
As
dictionary, correct?
yeah.
Okay.
So the name of the players will be the key to the value they're holding. So
Okay.
I'll tell you this. Yeah, just
So, like for example, if you say Sachin, then the the program should refer to Sachin and give you
yeah.
the corresponding values for Sachin one by one, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Okay, so here's a dictionary ready. Then we're going to comment this out.
Okay. The line number 9, you've added the name of the dictionary, and then inside the square brackets, you've specified the name, which is the first variable, and then that equals to the other variables.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Sorry. Yes, sir.
Can we again test our code, Joydeep? Can we check if
Yes, sir.
the data is getting extracted in the dictionary instead of writing print here?
Yeah.
One second. Can you, yeah, just remove this file dot read,
File
line
dot
number
read.
11, line number 11, line
I'm
number
going to
11.
comment this out. Yeah.
Yeah, go to the next line.
So this line.
No, not the one above. Yeah, you'll have to probably comment out the line number 10 also.
Okay. And
I think you
what?
deleted the dictionary. Just press Control Z, and yeah, I think you're back. Just comment it out. Now, what we want to do is we just want to check if our dictionary is working fine. So we can just print out the dictionary and see if the code is if the dictionary is getting created correctly or not. So can you just print out the dictionary name in line number 12? Yeah, or you can do that there also in line number 10.
Okay, sir.
Print out the name of the dictionary. So just print
So,
players. What's the name of our dictionary? Players.
yes, sir. Players.
And I think you'll have to bring it out of the loop because
So,
now if you see it printed it multiple times. So if you bring it out
yeah.
of the loop, this last line number 12, if you can bring it out of the loop, there are a couple of spaces. Just remove those spaces.
And
Yeah, just yeah, perfect. Now can you run it?
yeah.
Yeah. So we have one dictionary and we have the data where we see the name of the player and we have the corresponding values with respect to that player. So the name of the player is the key and the other values, which are the player's properties, are the corresponding values.
Yeah.
Looks good. Looks good. So we can remove that line number 14. We don't really need it. We can move to the next set of our code.
Now we have to close the file. So I'll write.
Yeah, of course, we forgot to close the file. When you open a file, you need to close it as well. It
Yeah.
works, it has to
Yes,
be
sir.
done in Python as well. Just like in real life.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
And
we have created, so far what we've done, Joydeep, we've opened the file, we've
yeah,
extracted
we
the
have
data
opened the
into our
file.
program,
Yes, sir.
and we have created that data, we've added that data to a dictionary that we are now able to create,
Yes, sir.
right? Awesome, awesome.
Yes. Okay. Then feel. Then yeah, we
Now we need to do, what is the next thing that we want to do? We want to
print them in the earlier format like this.
we want to display the data that we've
Yeah.
got.
Yeah, in a readable way.
Yeah.
So now I'll type. Yeah.
Okay, I think that line line number 11 is not really necessary because you've already tested this out and it's printing fine.
Yes, sir.
So you don't really need that. You can delete that. The next thing
Yes,
that you
sir.
want to do is you want this. Can you run your program again? Nothing happens. Perfect. Just after this, now we want to display the data and the image of the player on the screen on the right hand side. Correct?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So let's
So
try and
now
do
what
that.
we'll do is import a turtle.
Yeah.
Now the
So we're
this
importing the
star
turtle
sign.
library.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're importing the
Yes,
turtle
sir.
library.
Yes, sir. So this star sign means that we are importing everything from the library.
Yeah.
So to yeah, we'll make now another loop here.
Okay, now we're using the while loop.
Yes, sir. Player.
You are giving the option of uh,
Yes, sir.
choosing the player to the choosing the player's name to the user, whoever plays
Yes,
this
sir.
game. Awesome. And that's what the input command does for you, correct?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Now we are going to make another loop, another statement here.
Okay, can you tell us what is the what is the use of this if statement?
Yeah. So if is basically like how can I say this? If is like it is it is a conditional statement which is used to execute when there is a condition.
Yeah.
For example, I put an input. I put, for example, I type Chris. Okay, so now when I type Chris, it has to show me the stats and the image, right?
Hmm.
So that's what this statement does. It basically finds the player name in the list and then accordingly it prints out the things.
Awesome. Awesome.
So what we are doing here is now we are creating a variable, and that variable has a value that input choose a player.
Hmm.
So now if player in players, now players is a dictionary. So if the input the yeah the input is in the list, then we'll do this. Then it will print it accordingly.
Yeah. So we want to look for the name of the player inside our dictionary, and if it's there, then we want to do something.
Yes, sir.
So the first thing that you can do probably is you can just print out the name of the player.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is here is
Instead of
basically
write, can we just use a print statement to check it?
we can.
Print and the name of the dictionary first inside, yeah, inside a bracket. Players and then
Yeah.
player. Awesome. Perfect. Let's try and test it out. So down below, if you see yeah. So when we type Chris, we get all the data for Chris.
Yeah, so
Perfect.
basically, as you can see, I told you earlier that the name is acting like a key, and here is the example here.
Yeah.
Like
Can you
I,
show can you take them to? Can you take everyone to the data file and just for reference show that Chris exists in the data file? That's why we're able to
yeah,
find his information.
yes,
Yeah.
sir. We when we type Chris, it is there in the data file, so that's why it is printing it here. Otherwise, we have
Now,
not added.
Joydeep, I have a question. What if the player is not there? What should we do in that
Yeah,
case?
yeah, that was a tell. We are going to now add an else statement here that if this happens, then we'll do this. Otherwise, we have to print this. So here it is.
Yeah, player is not in the list. Cool.
Yeah.
So
So
let's try and
I'm going
execute
to
this
run
again
this
and
again.
see. Yeah.
Yeah. And this time I write Sehwag, and it's not in the list. And see, it is printing player is not in the list.
Yeah.
So our
Perfect.
code is working. Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay, sir. So
So let's move on.
we'll
What?
yeah. So what we want to print the stats in a readable format.
Mhm.
So we'll do this.
I think you need to add this before we. Okay, you want to add these
Yeah.
stats first? Okay, perfect.
Yes,
Go
sir.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I was thinking we can create the background first, but then we can do that later. That's perfectly fine. So you're making another variable called stats, and stats will print out the properties of the players, batting, bowling, and
Yes,
other
sir.
stuff. That's what you there.
Yes, sir.
That is where you're storing every property, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So now we'll add a style of the style, the properties of the text, that what will be the font and whether it is bold or not. etc.
Okay.
So this is a style is a variable. We are creating a variable and we are storing some data in it. So here is the
Mm-hmm.
data. Now sign painter, the format should be font, font size, and then bold. Like if you want it bold, you can make it bold.
Okay, I've not come. I've never seen this sign painter for font. Is this one of your favorite fonts? Joydeep, can you hear me? Joydeep, can you hear me? It seems we have a small disturbance. Yeah, I think he's back. Joydeep, were you able to hear me?
The font.
Yeah, I think for a moment you sort of froze. There was some internet issue apparently.
Okay. So it's in this format. Now we'll like yeah. Now we'll make a screen here.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, tell me one thing before you make a screen. Do you really need that print statement now?
no, we don't need this.
Okay, cool. So maybe you can comment it out. So for anyone else, everyone who's watching, why do we need this comment? Why do we comment out certain lines?
We comment out certain lines so that like yeah, so that we could if we don't need that line, we could just comment them on instead of deleting. So
Yeah,
that
instead of deleting.
if we need that line in future, so we just have to remove that hashtag from the start of the line and not
Awesome.
write the line at whole line. Yeah. So
Cool.
now I'm going to add a screen here after this from Turkey.
And for all the folks who are watching this live, please feel free to comment in the uh, comment section on Facebook, YouTube, or on Twitter, and we'll try and take your questions one by one.
Yes,
So
sir.
now we are adding a screen to our uh,
Yes, sir.
project. Okay, cool.
Yes. Screen. So now I'm going to specify the background color the screen will have.
Okay,
I will go with white because since it matches the images and the
hmm
font. So yeah. And then we want the total to we want the total to now we want the total to stop drawing now. So we'll type pen up, and then we want to also hide the total. So we'll
okay,
type hide total now, and yeah, I think we're good to go. I believe.
okay.
Let's run this. See, you can see the screen here. See if
Yeah,
this
maybe you can
prints out.
just for the sake of showing, can you just possibly change the background color so that we know that it's the screen
Yeah,
is, yeah, because white against white is not really visible. Maybe you
let's
can change
use
it
blue
to,
then.
yeah,
As you can see, there's a blue.
awesome.
Yeah.
And do you want to keep it blue or do you want to change it to maybe a yellow or something
No,
which,
no. For the others, I want to keep it blue so that they can see it clearly.
okay.
Okay, so yeah.
And what are we doing now?
Yeah. Now we will be sorry.
Writing the different properties on the, we'll be
Yeah.
displaying the properties.
Yeah. Now we'll be using the set heading command, which will basically kind of rotate the turtle and change its direction. Now we
Okay.
want it to go minus 90, right? And then we'll
You
type
want it to
here,
go downwards.
yeah,
Okay.
downwards. So we'll now type right brackets name uh,
Name plus.
uh,
I think that
plus
should be the player, the name of
player,
the player.
yeah, players.
Okay.
Then font is equal to style, then align is equal to center. Now align is basically specifying the alignment of the text.
Of
We want it
course.
to be at the center.
Of
So
course.
yeah, we are gonna copy this line 26,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're gonna do this three times. I mean,
You're going to use it for
print
the
it three.
other, all the
Yeah,
other property like batting, bowling,
yeah.
fielding.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's smart. Instead of having to write that all over again.
So as you can see here, we have the name, batting,
Mm-hmm.
then bowling, and after that we have fielding.
Fielding.
So yeah, I'm also going to add the stats here
Okay.
from batting because name is a key. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Because you want to pick that
Now
value from
in
the list.
Yes, sir. So now in Python, the value starts from zero.
The
So
position
I'll type
starts.
zero.
The position starts from zero. Yeah.
Yeah, the question. Sorry. Yeah, we don't want the player to print. So yeah, we have this.
If you're doing that for all the others as well. So stats zero,
Yes,
which stats zero would be batting, stats one would be bowling, stats two would be fielding.
yes, sir.
Okay.
So now I
I really
think
like
I'll.
I really like how neat your code is. It's very well structured, easy for anyone to see, look at.
As you can see it printed here, but we cannot clearly see it because it's overlapping. So for
Can
that,
Joydeep, can you also try and change the background to maybe a yellow and see if because
okay, okay, I'll change that.
black and blue sort of contrast each other. They're not visible easily. Yeah, I think that will be much better.
As you can see, I typed the player name and it printed out all the stats, but it is overlapping since we did not add the function.
Yeah, it's
We
not.
did not command it. Yeah.
It seems it's not very
So
easily readable.
yeah. So what we're gonna do here is now we're gonna
I think you need to ask your turtle to move forward a little bit.
yeah forward.
Not there, but I think
Yes.
the
Yeah, here.
yeah
For we gonna move it forward 60.
forward 60. I think
Yes,
you
sir.
need to move it. You need to move it forward 60 or forward 25 to start with.
Let
Let's move
me
it forward
check.
25.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And then can you remove that extra line, line number 25, which is there, the empty line?
25. Yeah, of course I can do that. Now we are going to add
And then I think you need to
for
add that forward 25
yes, sir.
after each time that the player that it writes. Now let's see if it
So
came out right.
test this out.
Chris,
Okay, we are good to go.
we
It
are
is
good to
printing in
go.
an yeah.
Yeah, now the text is not overlapping. So we can see the name of the player, we can see the batting, bowling, and fielding scores. Awesome.
Yeah, so now all we got to do is just add the image here.
Yeah,
And
I
for
think
adding the
that'll make it interesting.
yeah. So now, uh, yeah, I'll be going after this line and then
But before you do that, I think you need to also register the image so that we are able to extract the image from the data file.
yeah, think yeah, I have registered the images here.
No, I was talking about the main file, main.py file.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you'll have to go to the for loop.
Yeah, we're now going to add the image now. So go after this line and then screen dot register underscore shape. Now we are going to print the image here. Registered the image and now we just have to write the commands to that way to print it. So yeah,
So that it prints out at the right place.
yes sir.
Awesome. You're getting some very encouraging comments in the chat. I'm not gonna distract you. We're gonna look at them a little later. But for all of you, if you have any questions about what Joydeep is doing, anything for him, for us, please feel free to write in the chat and we'll try and take your questions.
Just I wrote this code from here. It will be printing the image and now I mean it will be like for example how can I say this? You have seen a stamp. We all know what is a stamp is, right?
Right.
So before stamp, we take the ink. So think this command as the ink, and this command as a stamp, and we are telling it that way to stamp.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's test this out. Okay, I think it just printed extra information. Oh, okay, we have an error here.
Okay, let's look at that. I love
Yes.
bugs. They help you make your program better. Do you like bugs?
Yeah, I kind of like bugs because it just easily tells us that there are errors instead of like early times when we used to find where the error is, but it
Yeah,
just tell it. So
yeah. Can you turn on your camera?
that's
I'm
good.
not able. Yeah, I don't think I'm able to see you.
Sir, actually, there's some background issue. I'll just fix the camera.
Yeah, okay. Can we take a look at the line where the error is?
Yeah, it's on this line.
Uh, yeah. So if you see shape stats 3, after that the go to has to come in the next line. Sorry, go to has to be above this line. Uh,
Yeah, sorry. Actually, I forgot to add the go to command.
yeah, and you'll have to remove go to after stats 3. In line 27, you'll have to remove go to. Now,
Let's
so
see then.
what you want your cursor, your turtle to do is first go up, then
Okay.
print the name.
Yeah.
So your image is coming, but your
Yeah.
properties of the players are sort of overlapping the image. So you want the image to be printed, and then you want the uh, turtle to travel a certain distance. So you after stamping, what you can do is you've got
Yes.
set heading 90 and then
Yes, sir.
forward 60 maybe. You can change that 25 line 31, change that to maybe 60.
Yeah.
Let's see
But
if
for
that
now,
fixes it. No, no, not this one. Oh, you want to
No,
change them
I
also? Okay,
yes, sir.
okay, go ahead.
So yeah, let's run this.
Hmm.
And
I think a little more. Maybe you
yeah,
can change forward 60 to maybe 70. The one in line 31. Uh,
yeah, we can just do it
70 or maybe
65.
even, yeah, maybe 80 also would work. I think 80 would be fine as well. You'll have the
Let's check out
text.
70.
Okay.
Yeah, it is fine. 70 is fine.
Okay, 70
Since we
looks
can
perfect.
see. Yeah.
So we have the universe boss on the screen with his properties. Looks cool.
Uh, yeah.
Do you
So
like cricket, Joydeep?
yeah, I mean, for I like to play cricket, but not see it because watching the game is very boring.
What are your favorite
Then I
sports?
think my favorite sport is basketball. Actually,
Okay.
earlier it was cricket, but unfortunately I couldn't play cricket because I was really bad in it.
Can you please turn on the camera now? Is it possible?
So I'm fixing it. I'm checking the problem, and
Oh, okay. No, no,
yes,
no.
I think I fixed it. Yeah. So can
Okay.
you
I
see
Yeah,
me?
wonderful. Good to see you. Good
Okay.
to have you
Okay.
back. So, is the program complete? Is there anything that we need? Can you try
They,
writing the name of maybe another player and see if that works?
yeah. Okay.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think we have a problem.
We don't.
What is the
Yeah. We
problem?
have a problem. This is like now Chris. For example, I typed in Chris. Now it is print. It is stamping the stats and the image, but it is not clearing them.
Yeah,
So we gotta just add a clear command here
yeah.
after sign.
So every time it runs, we basically need to clear the earlier image
Yeah.
and the properties and have the new
Yeah.
ones.
And I think we could check this out now.
Okay.
Okay.
Sachin. And then I have Sachin's information and then let's see. Awesome.
This is working fine.
Awesome.
Great. Good.
So is my cricket trump card game ready?
Yes, sir. It's ready now.
So we can play.
Yes, sir. We can play it.
Awesome. So, awesome job, buddy. Now, all we have to do, I think, now, if we want to make this uh, with with more number of players, more more characters, many other cricketers. What do we have to do? We have to
Just add the data
add the
and
data to
the
this file.
images.
Yes,
Yeah,
awesome.
this
That's
way.
simple. Just
And
keep
we got
adding more
to
players.
yeah,
So
like
this is something that everyone who's watching the show can go ahead and do that on their own
this.
at their own time. They can just use this code, and the way Joydeep has shown us, you guys can make this on your own time, and you can add more players to it. You can make it a really, really interesting game, and you can really play it with other friends.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Joydeep. You've already got so many wonderful comments from Yashveer, from
Oh, I gotta check that.
Aryan, and
Thank you.
Aryan's saying, interesting, good going, Joydeep, all the best. I think that's your family, everyone's watching,
Yeah,
appreciating the good work
yeah.
you're doing. So, how do you feel?
I feel
This was
how
your
can I
first
say
ever
this? I
live
can't.
stream?
Yeah, this was my first ever live stream. I thought it was going to be a disaster, but unfortunately, it turned out to be great.
So, are you feeling happy and confident? Why
Yeah,
don't you turn this
I mean,
side
I'm
and maybe
still
talk to the
nervous.
camera? Why don't you talk to the camera?
Yeah, I'm still nervous though.
That's perfectly fine. We all are. It happens to everyone. But I think you're more calm and comfortable now than you were at the start of this.
Yeah, now I know that what do I have to do.
So now you can always come back and be a part of this stream again. It's not that
Yes.
difficult, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, how has been your journey learning code? How has been your journey with learning Python? Are you loving it?
Yeah, I'm loving it because of a reason. It's very simple. It's very simple to understand, and you can program the machines. Although, although we can also make apps, but Python I think is a it falls under machine learning. So I believe that's also great if you want to like program machines and all.
Yeah, Python is a language which is very popular with machine learning projects. So you can really do
Yeah,
all that. And it's an easy language to learn because the
yeah,
code that we write is very similar to English,
yeah,
normal, simple English. So it's not very
yeah.
syntax heavy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
And
definitely
C++,
is easy.
yeah, I tried out C++. The syntax was very difficult, and but in C++, the thing is that when you can do this, you can when you can do this in a simple way. You can also do this in a very complicated way.
Okay.
So and the language they use like C out and C in, that was kind of difficult to understand.
Hmm.
But in Python, it is like get to the point language kind of,
Hmm. Yeah.
because for example I want to print this, I want to print this, and then I just got to type print bracket and then up, inverted commas and then
And you get your
this.
results.
Yeah, I get very well
Yeah.
result. That's so
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah. Good. So it was absolutely wonderful having you with us today, and I really loved the way you were able to put out a simple game in such a short time. That was
Thank you, sir.
absolutely amazing, Joydeep. Thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you so
Welcome,
much for
so
inspiring everyone, and it's a privilege and honor for us to have you come on the show and tell everyone how cool you are as a coder. How easy was it for you to create a program, a simple game, and maybe
yes sir.
do this. Tell me, just one simple question before I let you go. Why do you think kids should learn Python?
uh, I would say that Python, first of all, it's a very easy language, and therefore it acts like a first step to coding. If you want to enter the coding world, then Python is a very easy language to learn,
Cool.
and yeah, we can do many awesome things with this, like I mean, program machines and all. You can also
Hmm.
make games with this. I think there is a language Py games. Yeah, you can make
Yeah,
games with this,
yeah. And
and
and you
making.
also you made a game today also with us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Although that did not use Py games, that used normal Python.
yeah.
Still, I mean that's a big work.
Good. So you're feeling
So
good and confident now, and I'm sure we're going to be having you on the show and do another set of activity again very soon.
thank you.
Cool. So for all the people who are watching this, feel free to check this out later. You can do that on our Facebook page. The Facebook page details are on your screen, and then you can also check it out on Twitter. That's the Twitter handle, and you can always go to YouTube and check it out. In case you have any questions or if you want to reach out to us, you can always reach us on our website, which is CodeTigers.com. We're an initiative to teach code to young kids in India, and we've been doing this for over 5 years. So feel free to do that, and we will meet all of you next week with a new young coder and with a new Python activity. We're going to be continuing our series of Python for kids for a while for the next few weeks, where we'll do a new Python activity every week. Thank you so much to all of you, and thank you for joining in. Stay safe and stay blessed. Bye.